my stream can hear us. Hello, chat. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing anyway?
Welcome.
Well,
So what are we doing here, Silver?
we are doing
It's
preparations.
Friday.
That it is. It is Friday. It is, well, a week out from Babscon, no less.
Oh,
Which, well, I don't know about you, Key, but I am still getting everything ready.
oh yeah. It feels like March just came from right under our noses, and now we're almost in April.
It's the truth. It's well, how could it? It just marched right past us. Yep, you're in for it now.
You know, I was the one who was like, "Hey, Silver, you have a space on your Fulfillment Friday streams? I haven't been on in a while. I wonder why."
And now you know the answer.
My wondering has ceased.
I do wonder, what was I thinking? Which oddly is what many of my guests say after a panel, after a stream. Now, let's see here. We've got folks in the chat on both the YouTube and the Twitch. And if I remember right, Keyframe is streaming as well.
Yes, on my YouTube, I am streaming. I am working on some paintings for Babscon. I got this cheese pie dual painting here. I have a big Luna painting I'm working on, and that's like I'm sketching out the hair for that. And I may get started on some other things. We'll see where the day takes us.
Well, let's see here. Just one sec. I'm going to see if I can bring your stream into a window on my stream.
Well, that would be cool, as the kids say. I almost said epic, and I was like, I'm too old at this point to say epic unironically. Because I had a birthday last month. I am now one step closer to being sent to a retirement home, and my grandkids now visiting me.
Well,
I can't even say that. It brings that an ire to all my friends who are older than me, and they're just like, "Shut up, you."
Oh, we shall have no ire. We just iron things out.
Oh, God. Last month I had to deal with A&Y in person and all his stupid jokes. And then now in like a week I'll have to deal with you in person and your stupid jokes.
It's true. It's true. You're going to have to deal with it all the time.
The one benefit of the spring summer con season is that I get to see you and all of our friends.
Yes, and that will be excellent. I mean, I know.
Indeed it will be. Except Babscon, I don't know about your itinerary for Babs for you, but I am going to be so busy.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Let's see here. Busy with vending, busy with going to panels. I've got one night, I think I've got a panel and then a demonstration on Prance with Sky of Sky Railroad. And that'll take us from 6 p.m. all the way to 10:30.
That's going to be quite the Prance game.
Well, it'll be both a demo and then a tournament. And I might slip out just to bring some dinner back because I'll be a hungry boy. Hungry.
Oh, I have not even accounted for dinner with my schedule.
Whoops.
And that's not out of a Chrissy, the Chrissy. Why are you not? It's like
We got stuff to do.
I'm trying to figure out where to squeeze in sustenance.
Oh, sustenance.
Because I have vending. I have I'm one of the mascots, so I have opening ceremonies. I have, how many panels do I have at this con? 1, 2, 3. I think I have like 4 or 5 panels that I'm either part of or hosting completely.
Hey,
Because
ha.
I have my memory. Let's see. I have my memory game that I do. I have a ticketed event, a ticketed painting class. So people, they buy a ticket. I teach them how to paint, Bob Ross style. Um, I'm going to be having a drawings from a hat 18 plus panel one night. I have a new panel called Smasher Pass Debate Club. Um, I'm hosting a panel for GM Barrow, and I am the co-auctioneer for the charity auction.
So you get to work with Dusty. Nice.
It's gonna be nuts.
That's right. We're all just gonna Sunday night when it's all done. We'll all just fall in a heap.
I want just someone put some kind of alcoholic thing into my mouth and don't talk to me.
You doing okay, Keyframe? Oh, just
glug glug
glugging
glug.
it. Let's see here. Well, I want to give some shout outs to folks in the chit chat for
Do it.
joining us this evening. We have Little Heart Raccoon, Adam Leisman, Pokemon Fire Eevee, Komodo Steel and Katie, Gachapon 37, and let's see. Whoop. Now I am hearing donations. Oh, thank you, Little Heart. But I'm like, did I remember to switch my audio? Yep, there we go. So, pardon me. Let's see here. So then we got Enderpup, Peppermint Presents. And let's see. Got it strolling down my history. And
Keep scrolling.
Prince Apollo. Get more people as we actually get closer to the actual stream. Lady Almathea, also known as Nomaris Gallardo. Champ to Stay. Jeff Okasinski. Oh, and he asks, did we get Blissey ready for the con? There is no getting ready for a convention. There is only experiencing.
You can think that you're ready, and then you're actually there, and all that planning goes out the window and onto oncoming traffic.
It is very true, and that oncoming traffic is the San Francisco airport.
Don't remind me. I'm not excited to try to get from the hotel. You'd think it would be easy because the hotel and the airport have a shuttle. I swear that shuttle does not exist.
Oh no, it comes by like once in a blue moon.
It's like, where are you? Don't you get paid to be here?
Some folks who are not paid to be here, but I'm glad they're here all the same. Evangelion 007, Luna Brony, Cosmina Inspira, and over on the Twitch, we have Cherry Fluff Belly, Blue Griffin Azora, my friend Advent Nebula, who is not the least bit shocked that I'm waiting until the last minute to get stuff done. Hunting Rangers 123. Also, as we have an anime convention at the tail end of this year here in Colorado, I have volunteered my friend Advent Nebula to dress as Man Faye. For the actress for Faye Valentine will be at this convention.
Ooh, nice.
So that's it, Nebula. You just sealed the deal. You are Man Faye.
Man Faye. Man Faye.
Man. Oh, we're done.
I thought you were still doing shout-outs.
Well,
I didn't want to impede upon it.
Just one more at the moment. Time Warp Chronos. Good to see you, and thank you for coming here. Oh, and Little Heart Raccoon looks like has to call it a night, but thank you for swinging by, and we will see you again. Huh.
Raccoons, aren't you people up at night?
I guess there's various. I'm sure there's various degrees of raccoonism.
Which type of trash can do you reside in?
I prefer the Upper Beverly Hills trash. Thank you very much. Oh, not your, not your common wharf trash cans. Then there's another raccoon with an eye patch. Arr, that be the best bounty of the seas right there. Arr.
And before people are like, why are you painting onto the characters? Look, the characters were underpainted anyways, so they weren't like shaded, but I need to get these hearts right in the background because some idiot in the past, we're going to name her Blistine to save anonymity, decided, you know what would be a great background for this piece? How about like this Powerpuff Girl heart burst with all these like super bright, fun colors?
Ah, the super bright, fun colors.
I mean, like, I think it works, and I mean, they're just kind of derived from their color schemes, but like, except for the purple, I just like purple. But I guess purple can be something. You can make some kind of 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon with that, but I'm trying to get once I get these hearts down, the characters will be the easiest things.
Excellent.
Purple is a great color. Yes, it is.
Purple is a great color. Just ask Imalu.
Yes.
Dearly devoted to purple eyes. Purple eyes for the win.
Yes.
I do regret that Imalu will not be at BabcityCon, but that was their first online appearance. Was it not? At Babscon? Online?
I think so.
It was online, which means there's an internet? Is there an internet? I hope there's an internet. Otherwise, how am I doing this?
So, or else what's happening right now? Is this a Candle Cove situation where everyone has like a joint experience, but we're actually staring at static?
You know, it may be that we are all just one mass hallucination here.
Oh, God, I don't want to think about that.
Now, if in the case that we are, and all of you listening in are somehow hearing this, you really need to work on your imagination.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
I mean, you know, Key's great, but what you imagine for me? I mean, come on.
No, I think these people need to like chill out because you know that whole joke of like, hey, I made this original character. Now I'm going to give it a bunch of trauma. Why? Why did you do that to me? I don't like that. And I'm speaking to you from the simulation. Stop it. We've had enough. Give us a beach episode. My God.
Well, you know, it's funny. They do say that once you create a character and come up with a story, you're supposed to abuse the daylights out of them. That's what I heard anyway.
Is that what Miyazaki said? But anyways, so has anyone in your chat given any questions? I know they like to partake in our opinions on things.
Well, let's see here. Vulpecula Einfield wanted to clarify on their OC. We thought it was a hyena at one point, but an Enfield is a mythical chimera from Ireland. And being 90% Irish, I really should be aware of this. But he's a combo of a black fox, great horned owl, and a wolf.
Oh, I drew this person's OC during one of my doodle streams to promote my Kickstarter. Yeah, and I thought that it was a hyena because when I drew it, you know, there was spots on its back. And when you draw this character from the neck up in my art style, it just kind of looked like a hyena. So that's not on you. That's on me.
Well, I wouldn't have known either. I have learned of a new mythical creature. So thank you, Vulpecula.
That'd be an interesting one for your whole thing you want to do about mythical creatures and stuff.
C'est true.
I watch your update videos. I stay involved in my friends' going-ons. Is it supposed to?
Oh, great. I'm going to get into Scatman John. Bong. Oh, rest in peace.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Rest indeed.
So, now, let's see here. On my end, I am preparing a promo for Babscon, which I hope to release tomorrow. But you get to see the ever-intensive building of the resources. And how...
Yes, because you're working in Animate right now to build this Golden Gates puppet?
Unfortunately, no. I'm in Illustrator. How did I put this?
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. I took another peek and I was like, oh, I know that UI.
Now, one of the things
I have to use Illustrator for my shadow boxes, so I know it well. We don't get along.
Well, oh God, earlier this week, my Illustrator saying, I can't save this because it has an opacity mask. It's like, yeah, that's what all my stuff has. Well, I'm not
Why do you have the ability if you're not going to save, Illustrator?
Well,
reasons.
It doesn't like doing that anymore, it said. So I had to do some weird stuff to just get things back to where I could save a file. Anger.
Industry standard, everyone. And hello, Cordero Monkey.
Let's see here. I'm just checking through the chat. Oh, Time Warp Chrono says, I can see that Key is well on her way to joining another Workaholics Anonymous meeting here soon.
Oh, look, just because my desk is very messy does not mean I've been doing workaholic things. It just means my desk reflects my current state of mind. No, partly joke. It's just because I've been working on paintings more and more, so I just have everything on hand. Usually it's in its proper place, but just not as of recent. To just tell you something, Kronos, I've been actually getting better at a work-life balance.
Excellent. And then we'll have a convention, which completely upsets that.
It will. I mean, but it's Babs, and like I've staffed at Babs. This will be my 7th year being a staff member at Babs, and this is probably the year I have done the most things. Because this is the first year of Babs since I started actually being a community guest and, doing things besides vending. Because that all started in 2022, where it's like, you know what? Let's try this. And then I really liked it.
And then she took an arrow to the knee.
No, look, knowing my luck, please no. Some person while I was walking to the gym today almost like ran me over on their bike, so I had to duck and roll away from them, and I scraped my leg in a bunch of rocks.
Ooh. But are you okay? Mm-hmm. Other than some scrapes, you're okay?
I'm fine. Besides some scrapes, I'm more annoyed, if anything. The road, there's a completely empty road on my pathway to the gym. They did not have to be on the sidewalk. There is a bike lane. And I was not in it. But, I got to take out my aggression during personal training, so we're all good.
All good in the hood.
And I had to explain to my trainer the new Children of the Corn movie that came out and why it's like a terrible, terrible movie.
Uh-oh. I'm curious, what makes it so terrible?
Okay. Oh, may I list the ways? So, it's apparently a prequel to the original 84 movie, which starts my first question. How do you make a prequel to Children of the Corn? The whole thing about the beginning of the movie is that the kids make a death cult, and that's the beginning. But yeah, so it's a prequel to the 84 movie, but instead of making a cult and it being this psychological horror thing, there's just a corn demon in the cornfields, and there's this one kid. There's this one kid who's just tells all the other kids hey guys, let's kill our parents.
Okay.
Yeah, but no joke, that's pretty much it. And there's this one scene that killed me, where they put all these parents into a big pit in the middle of the cornfield. But this pit is huge, very big. And then they have a bulldozer and they're filling it with dirt to try to, bury them alive kind of thing.
Uh-oh.
But the thing is, this pit is so big and wide, it takes multiple, like, scoops of dirt to fill it up. So feasibly, the adults could have just climbed out.
Oh, no, this isn't another one of those just run to the left idiot moments, is it?
It really is. Left! Just go left! But it's so bad. Like, it's like Sci-Fi Channel original movie bad.
Oh, dear.
I can say this with full confidence. The Winnie the Pooh horror movie that came out, like, this year is better and more entertaining of a movie than the 2023 Children of the Corn.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother, you left us. But it's not a good movie. I feel like it would be a fun movie if you had a bunch of friends together, a few brewskis, and, like, you know, did it riff track style. But most things are funnier when you do stuff riff track style.
That's right. Remember, some friends and I at a cider fest, we were watching Murder on the Orient Express.
The one with the guy from Hamilton, or like the older movie?
The guy from Hamilton.
Oh, okay. I've seen that movie. I saw it in theaters.
And it's a wonderful movie. It's by no means necessary to riff on it.
But
at the climactic moment where, well, I'll just say that someone pulls the trigger, I did in my best, worst French. I was like, I was messing with you. And the whole room cracked up.
I will say, there is something really funny about Orient Express, of, like, the scene with the multiple people when they figured out who did it. If you know, you know. Because it goes on so long, it's very hard not to laugh, because it's like, okay, at some point this is just the scene from Airplane with the multiple people slapping the guy.
I love that scene.
Get a hold of yourself.
Wapa. Oh, and I see we have some more folks in the chat, including a Lightning Bliss.
Hi, Blissy.
Hello, Blissy. Good to see you. She asks, are we talking about life and stuffs? Oh, we are. We're talking about how we're looking forward to seeing you, but how we're just really stressing out getting ready in the meantime.
Yeah, we're in the crunch hour. And not the fun crunches where you get abs afterwards, the crunches that give you wrinkles in your forehead. Forehead abs.
Forehead abs. Oh, work those eyebrows. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Do the DreamWorks eyebrow. That's your reps.
I could see that happening. I could see them doing that workout.
I mean, I don't know if that's even fair to say anymore, because DreamWorks has been pulling their weight recently, so...
No, so the dream works.
Yes. All right, I'll give you that one.
Give it. I take my jokes whereas I can get them. Yeah.
Aha. Yeah, indeed.
Okay, there we go. After some false starts with my exports, I'm finally getting things where they need to be. Oy.
Woo! So, Golden Gates is playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
She is, although for some reason, I don't know why the near eye didn't work. Oop, let's try that one more time. She is playing Yu-Gi-Oh! She'll be summoning us to the field as guests. I tell you, it was a bit of a trip down memory lane to draw that dual disc.
I wanted that dual disc so bad growing up, because I had so much Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff growing up.
Oh yes, I had the card games.
Same. I had Pegasus's deck mainly is the one I used, and then I also had a fusion deck between Pegasus's and Joey's, because I really liked his whole thing of, like, you know, the time wizard and, like, you know, thing in him using it and making, like, the 1,000-year-old dragon and all that stuff.
And then I try an actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Competition, and you realize it's absolutely nothing like the game, the anime.
Absolutely not.
Everybody's got the same blessed cards, and they're all mean.
Why is no one on a motorcycle?
Card games on motorcycles.
5Ds was when I fell out of the Yu-Gi-Oh verse. Because I was like, okay, I can believe a lot of things. I can believe ancient Egypt had floating hieroglyphic card games and hard light holograms. But the motorcycles is a little bit over my line.
And I can believe in a dual academy because, well, card games are apparently that big in this world. But again, motorcycles.
I mean, card games almost put Yuki's grandfather into a heart attack, so...
Playing a children's card game has somehow given me a heart attack.
Because card games killed my grandpa, okay?
And now I go out cruising for chicks. Oh, cruising for chicks has caused me to have a heart attack.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, you are a treasure. Card games somehow made me blind.
I see over in the chat, our first timer, Rage Killed 75. Why a dual disc? Believe me, if I can get this darn video done tomorrow, which I intend to, you'll know. Oh yes, you'll know.
You'll all know.
And you'll never be the same again.
Batman. I need to put out a call-out post for one of my panels because Smasher Pass Debate Club has kind of like that Who's Line element where, you know, a lot of people submit characters. So I got to make like a Google form for that and stuff so that way it's all in one place. And also I can vet things so that way no one puts in something unsavory.
In a Smash or Pass panel? Surely you jest.
Look, I'm talking about unsavory as in...
I know what you mean. I understand.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
No, I totally understand,
kind of
but this is an After Dark panel, but it'll be a fun time.
Yes, it will be. I'm excited for it. Oh my goodness gracious! I'm also the that was the other thing. I'm also the host, the MC for the martial, Hooves Down. So because there's like a martial arts exhibition happening.
Egads.
Yeah, and I'm the MC for it along with some of the Klingons.
Kablah.
And other things you say at a pony convention.
This is the pony of honor. Applejack? Yeah, her too. And let's see here.
There's a question from M488 Thunderbird. Key or silver? How about key and silver? When did either of you become a brony? Also, an interesting perspective is that the video game The Last of Us came out during the height of the brony fandom. I have nothing to contribute to that last part besides Pedro Pascal is cool. But the beginning part, I became a brony, a pony enjoyer, 2014-ish. I mean, I started making stuff for the fandom. I'm gonna sneeze. I started making stuff for the fandom between, like right after Equestria Girls came out, so right before season 4 came out.
Aha.
I found out about the fandom through Lauren, Abby Rohde. She sent me Children of the Night and Snowdrop. And I also saw the SFM recreation of the Smile song. And then I watched all of season 3 thinking that was the first season. Except for the Crystal Empire episode. I started with the Pinkie Pie cloning episode, and I thought Pinkie was the main character, and then I found out there were 2 other seasons.
You must have been terribly confused.
I was. but Pinky's my favorite character, so maybe that's how that occurred. But yeah, so around 2013, 2014, I got into the mess of all this horse nonsense. But I mean, like, I had My Little Pony dolls as like a kid, but they were like hand-me-downs of like the Gen 1 stuff. And I did have the Gen 1 movie. Not the smooth one with Danny DeVito, the Midnight Castle one. I had that on VHS.
That's
So
a good one.
you could say I have sprinklings of Gen 1 because I really do hold a lot of Gen 1 stuff with like nostalgia, especially the toys. Like I love a lot of the aesthetics of the Gen 1 ponies, especially like how they did unicorns with like the little swirly bits on them. I think those are really pretty, and they should have done that for Cadence, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's when I got into it.
Well, I watched a little bit of My Little Pony in the 80s. I mean, here's the grand secret of back then. I'm about to break a bro code or whatever. Boys watched girls' shows too. They just never admitted to it.
Wow. The bro alliance is going to come for your head.
That's right. I'm going to be broken.
My lord. But yes, so you watched a little bit of it in the olden times.
In the olden times.
On your woodpecker powered TV, or however the Flintstones did it.
Oh yeah, they had the hamsters running in the wheel and like, it's a living.
It's 11.
You're dead to me, can opener.
That's one of my favorite Harvey Birdman moments.
Same here.
That in the wait, so they're not high? No, they're just stupid. I want to use that clip somewhere. I love that moment so much of just hearing Fred go, nope, they're just stupid. Someone make a con promo and have me in it so I could just say that. I want to, if I'm gonna flagrantly use a pop culture reference, let me use a Harvey Birdman one.
What about, well, are you going to TrotCon by any chance?
I applied. So if they let me in, if they don't strike me down where I stand, I applied for I put in so many panels and community guest stuff and everything, and their social media seems to like me at least. It's a hard maybe.
It's a hard night maybe for us.
For me.
It's a hard knock maybe for us.
But the that and the we're from the far off year of 2002.
But I digressed. When did I become a brony for the modern era?
Yes.
Or the then modern era? That would be around 2012, where I just heard by word of mouth and coverage by folks I like to watch, including then that guy with the glasses.com and Red versus Blue. I scoped it out and I enjoyed it. I watched the first season and started watching with some regularity right as the second season started up. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I saw this art piece called One Last Parade, which features Twilight elderly riding on an adult Spike's back through Ponyville with Celestia watching over. And you can tell this is Twilight celebrating at the end of her days. And it made me feel really sad. And I thought, oh, I actually care about this show. Holy crud.
I'm feeling.
Help me. I'm feeling. It doesn't help that this was near my birthday. So.
Oh my God.
So the subtle reminder of my imminent mortality was noticeable.
If I wanted that, I would watch the other horse show, but with the alcoholic one.
Really, I just want the Metalocalypse birthday song. You're running out of life. Happy birthday. Birthday.
Oh God.
And let's see here now. Export. So yes, all these exports just to get a post set put together. It can be maddening, I tells you. Maddening.
I wouldn't know anything about madness as I paint the same 3 lines over and over again.
Let's see here. Brian and Luna has seen that picture, so they know what I'm talking about.
Cry.
Meanwhile, Timor Kronos is having flashbacks to playing Oliver Warbucks in high school. It's funny how I seem to bringing up people's past trauma. Yeah, I'm a real feel-good guy to be around. I'm going to bring this joy to Babscon. Huzzah!
Yay! My therapist would love you for the overtime they're going to do.
Sir, I'm taking a trip to Tahiti, and it's all because of you.
Oh, my Lord. Thoughts on the new Sonic game, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Say what?
Oh, yeah. So, the official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter released a promo today for a game that's getting released tomorrow. And it's on Steam. And it's a visual novel, to my knowledge, of solving the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
What madness is this?
April Fools, man.
Ah, that explains it.
Look, I love, stuff like that. It's why I await with bated breath of what Adult Swim will be doing.
Are you sure they won't play The Room like normal?
No, they haven't done The Room in years. Last year they did a whole thing with that Learning with Pibby short, where they had Pibby traveling into other shows, and that glitching thing that happens in, that proof of concept short starts happening to the episodes as they're airing. Like, they added whole new animation and stuff in the background. It was really cool. They have, all those glitch moments on the Adult Swim YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
And they even had it affect, the live-action shows. Like, they had it happen to the Eric Andre show and the Joe Pera show, too. And then the year before that, they did Adult Swim Kids.
Oh, no.
Where they were like, hey, this is Adult Swim for kids. And they redubbed episodes of Rick and Morty and Aqua Teen Hunger Force with children.
Oh, God.
It's so, I think you could find it on the Internet Archive or something of, the redubbed episodes. And it's so funny because the Aqua Teen episode they did was the Return of the Mooninites, where they get the foreigner belts.
Oh, no.
And you could see that they make it, they actually, they change, Carl's nudie mags to, books about race cars and stuff. So they digitally edit out, that stuff.
Oh, no.
And they changed the lines being these are, these race cars are all colored in. Meatwad, why did you do that? So they don't actually have them saying, terrible, terrible things. But, and then they had, custom promos and stuff with, that kind of thing. I think they reanimated a whole new intro to Rick and Morty where they were, Rugrats, basically.
Oh, gosh.
I love the effort that Adult Swim puts into this stuff, because Adult Swim is, this little beacon of light amongst a lot of dark sadness in the TV animation industry. Because they're such a self-sustaining thing. Because it's all just it's all just William Street and stuff like that. I mean, to the point of now, Adult Swim is going to start their block at 7 p.m.
7? Wow.
Yeah, because they acquired that new Superman show. The one that got canceled. And the one that everyone memes about, that Lois Lane in the show looks like Luce from Owl House. And they also got Gendy Tartakovsky's new show, The Unicorns Eternal.
Ooh.
Which makes me happy because I'm hoping that means that Unicorns Eternal gets to be darker. Because originally it was going to go to Cartoon Network. But now that it's moving to Adult Swim, like, I think that just means, like, I think they'll be maybe PG-13. They're not going to be as, like, rude and crude as, like, an 11 p.m. time slot show, you know?
That sounds good to me. I mean, Gendy Kardakovsky, just fantastic.
Oh, I love Gendy. Gendy can do whatever he well pleases. But now, the only thing that... And I mean, we're getting a new Fooly Cooly season because of Adult Swim. So, a lot of great things. Now I just need to know when they're going to actually say when the Uzumaki anime is coming out. I've been waiting for my Junji Ito horror anime, and it's been on hiatus indefinitely. Because they just indefinitely don't have a release date. And all the promos look so good. I just want my body horror. Is that so wrong?
Not at all.
I mean, I love Junji Ito. I don't know if you've read his stories.
I've gotten to see some of them. My friend Koala is a huge fan, and so I got for her Junji Ito's book on owning a cat, where it all sounds nice and innocent, but then you look at the artwork, you're like, oh my god, it's a demon!
Yeah. Oh man, I just want a good adaptation, like anime adaptation of a Junji Ito thing, because the anime they made for, like, they made one in like the late 2000s, and then Netflix had, I think, one or something, and they're both just so not great. Like, it's a lot of frame recreations, but the animation is just not... The animation doesn't fit the very, like, detailed, horrific style that, you know, the mangas go for, because that's the one thing I'm excited about the Uzumaki anime, is that it's all in black and white, so it imitates the art style and the ink shading of the original manga, which adds so much to these, like, intricate patterns and stuff that he's known for. Like, you have to put in, like, full commitment to the craft to do something like that. You can't, for lack of a better word, you can't half-ass a Junji Ito anime, or else you're just gonna get Midville.
And you're gonna get mad fans.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm one of them. Give me your money, nerd.
And see here. Now, there was a question from Shocker27. When is Babscon, so they can try to be there? And folks in the chat have been answering, but I'll say this aloud. It will be next weekend, April 7th through the 9th. It takes place in Burlingame at the Hyatt Regency San Francisco Airport, even though the hotel is just a little bit of a ways from the airport. It's odd branding.
You'll still see planes coming in. That's the point. But yes, come enjoy your Easter with a bunch of horse people.
Actually, that's the funny thing. I need to talk to Verizon about finding some sort of mobile hotspot emitter, something stronger than just my cell phone, which won't be good for much right there, because I will be remote hosting Fiora as she does her Brony Church on Thursday. On Sunday. What am I saying? Thursday. So we're having Brony Church on Easter. Remote access.
Oh, I didn't see this earlier, but thank you, Daniel, for the $10, and thank you, Crimson, for the other $10. And Crimson's coming to Babs. Can't wait to see you.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you guys very much. And thank you anyone who in Silver or my chat who donated to the Kickstarter. I'm still kind of in a state of like, holy crap, of how well it went, because we made, by the end of the Kickstarter, 210% of the initial goal. And the fact that we were able to get 2 stretch goal pins out of it and everything is just, wow. I'm very happy.
Well, you did an excellent job.
For Kickstarter to give me that money so these things can get produced. and I won't shut up about it on social media once they start sending me progress stuff.
Well, good. Be bold, announce, be loud, be proud.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited that two of my Owl House pins I made with Sophie are going to be at Babscon. I have one of Lilith and Hootie, and one of the Collector that glows in the dark, and I'm very excited about that. And I have the Collector one as a static cling, which should be here in a couple days, including your continuity one.
Yay, thank you.
Yes. They're small, smaller, but I would rather a small cling to put on like a car window than one that takes up the entire back window or something.
That's right.
I'm not a gaudy person.
Yeah, you're also protecting the public. Traffic rates in San Francisco featured an increase in crashes, all due to people saying, "God damn it, I can't see past this stupid continuity sign."
The Wingspan. Just
Albatross.
Albatross.
It's a whopper. Now let's see here. Several people are asking, what is Brony Church? Well, it is by no means a mockery of Easter or Jesus Christ. I want to make that clear very quickly. It is, Fiora hosts this at every convention possible, talking about, well, the fandom and people's experiences within it. And as travel is not easily obtained this year, I volunteered to try and set up a remote broadcast for her, so she can still connect with folks, which is important.
To my knowledge, the main stage is actually one of the few places that has Wi-Fi.
Oh, well, that might work in my favor, but it feels like something too big to leave to chance.
That's fair.
So, but I don't know if Verizon is like, sure, we've got our military satellite plan. We just need your left kidney.
I mean, I have personal hotspot with my Verizon plan. If you need to borrow my phone for Brony Church, you can go ahead.
Oh, I appreciate, but I don't want it to come to that, if possible.
I'm just saying, if you need a last resort, it wouldn't be the first time my phone has come into clutch with a Babscon thing. My phone came into clutch being the receptacle for the square payments for the charity auction last year.
Zeus allure.
Yeah, so, sometimes you gotta just have that pocket heal, as the hip medics say. Just because I don't play it anymore, the character, doesn't mean I still can't reference it, because I still play the character in TF2 on my own time.
What's your own time? It sounds wonderful.
It's like 4 a.m., because I wake up at... Well, I actually wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. to start my day, so that way I can have a few hours to myself before I work.
That sounds good to me. I'll tell you something.
In theory, yes.
Something strange happened to me when Destiny 2 was playing the Iron Banner last weekend.
Oh, really? What happened?
I got good.
Wait, what?
I know, right? It's
So you're not a scrub?
I wasn't scrubbing. I mean, I don't know what. I just somehow got in the zone where, like, one match I went 9.0 KD. So basically, for every time I was defeated, I took down 9 of them beforehand, and that felt pretty darn boss. I don't mind saying. And then throughout the rest of the weekend, it was just like, I don't know. I was just doing something right, and no force could stop me. And
who are you, and what have you done with the real Silver-Quill?
I know, right? My average was over 2.0, and then Monday came around, and I played a little bit more. It's like, oh, the magic's gone. Because then the numbers just went...
You had your Cinderella moment, and now your carriage turned back into a pumpkin.
That's right. I am the pumpkin.
I am the Pumpkin King.
So it was glorious while it lasted. I got to pwn the noobs, or whatever the hip young folks are saying these days. But it's over. It's over. I'm sad now.
Oh, well, let's see a question and it'll make you less sad. Let's see.
Well, Enderpup asks, you're a TF2 player. Tell us TF2 lore.
Oh, so me. This is my moment.
Yes. Shine for us, Keyframe.
I mean, like, if you're talking about, like, I mean, there's the whole thing of, like, it is heavily implied that the spy is Scout's actual, like, father. Especially in the comics, they kind of make that implication. Also that the medic, has helped the team become immortal by making a deal with God. Because God is canon in the TF2 universe. He tells Scout exactly when he's going to die. Like, die.
Die.
Besides that, I mean, like, there's a lot of, like, meta things and all that, but if you want a recommendation to show that the TF2 fandom, even though there hasn't been a super major update until like this summer, for the span of nearly 8 years, but how like active the TF2 fandom is, go watch MS Blue on YouTube. It is a 2-hour long psychological horror movie made with SFM TF2 characters.
Egads.
And it is amazing. Like, it is super well written, well done. Hello, Golden.
Hey, Golden.
He just got home from work. It looks fantastic. It is shocking how good it is. And I really recommend everyone watch it.
Sorry, can I get that name one more time?
EMSIS Blue.
MS Blue.
Yes. The thumbnail should be a really creepy medic. And it references the classic movie M.
I'm drawing a blank on that one too.
Oh, it's a movie from like the 40s, maybe even earlier. It's in the public domain now, which is why they used it and referenced it. But it's a really fantastic German movie.
Achtung.
Achtung.
I can see. I'm just curious if A and Y clued you in on this.
No.
Okay. That would have been interesting.
If there's a man who knows the least about Germany, it's Max.
Well, that makes sense.
Like I mean, like, you know, besides watching really terrible German dubs of anime when he was growing up, he tries to avoid most German media.
Well, I mean, how can I put it? It's you learn the most about your home when you have to tell other people about it. That's basically just the way it goes.
But yeah, there's your TF2 lore. Ooh, I like this one. From Champ to Stay. What was the last DreamWorks film you or Keyframe have seen? Puss in Boots.
The Last Wish.
Last Wish is so good.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy Pinocchio won the Oscar, but Puss in Boots was a very close second in my eyes.
Well, I mean, how can I put it? Everything about it was great. You have a villain who's just easy to hate, a villain who you want to see redeemed, a villain who offers an interesting philosophy, and then, well, you have Pepito, and I love me dogs. They are wonderful.
He's such a good boy.
Such a good boy.
And, oh my man, him talking about, like, his past is the funniest scene in that movie for all the wrong reasons. And I love Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Everything in that movie was just great.
Ah.
But yeah, DreamWorks really hit it out of the ballpark with 2 really good winners last year with with Last Wish and Bad Guys.
And I haven't seen Bad Guys yet. I need
It's
to.
so good.
Well, I will need to check it out then because, well, I likes me some good movies too.
You do?
I know, it's shocking, right?
I thought you just sustain yourself on bad movies and dad jokes, and that's how you get your sustenance.
Well, that's partially true, but you see, I get my sustenance from the pain the dad jokes inflict. I mean, when people are like, ah, then I'm like, that's some good despair.
That sounds like how pandas eat bamboo, even though it doesn't give them any real nutrition, which is why they're always so sleepy.
Yeah, they're in a perpetual state of highness, euphoria, I believe.
Oh, I thought that was koalas. I thought eucalyptus makes them high.
Oh, maybe it is.
Which smooth-brained animal is this fact about?
So, someone please check, because I'm trying to. This is not an official logo for the Mayhem music, but it's for the video. For the video.
So, like, are you trying to vectorize it?
Well, I'm trying to stylize it. I'm thinking, first, you gotta take the type, convert it to outlines. Then I give it an inner glow. Effects, stylize, inner glow. And maybe a little less blur. There we go. Expand. And then warp it with a top object.
Ooh.
But maybe not a perfect circle like before. Object. Envelope sort, make with top object. Yeah, now we're looking a little cooler.
It does. Yes, AJ, I am still a Glimmer fan. Glimmer is my tied with Pinky as my favorite character.
Ah, excellent.
I just don't dress head to toe in Glimmer stuff like Taylor does.
Well, we'll have the pleasure of seeing Taylor at the convention as well.
Exactly. Oh, what goes after purple? Pink goes after purple.
And let's see here. Pardon me 1 sec. I'm just gathering additional resources.
Yeah, good.
Let's see here. Okami Ryun says Koala's food choice is so bad that the babies have to eat mom's poo to get the right stuff to properly process eucalyptus leaves. Wow.
Oh yeah, it's a fecal pap. What a terrible existence it must be to be a koala bear.
Well, I mean, no one can insult you.
I mean, you're so head empty, you don't realize your existence is awful, so...
You're too busy tripping the light fantastic. Now, here's a question from Shocker27. Would you rather have a villain that's strong but has a terrible motive, or a weak villain that had a good motive?
That's a good question.
I will say a weak villain with a good motive. Because on a certain level, you empathize with the struggle and you want to see them succeed. Even though, logistically, you know they must be defeated.
Do they mean weak as in, like, they're badly written weak? Like how you could say it was a weak movie, like with a weak plot, or weak as in the character is physically weak?
I'm sure Shocker will confirm for us, but I assumed it was physical weakness.
Okay, because if it was physical weakness, the weak villain. If it's the meta of, like this is a weak character, but they have a good motive, like a good concept, I'm gonna go with the strong villain with a bad motive, because I'd rather them be entertaining. I mean, that's just Jack Horner in a nutshell. His motive is awful. You're awful. You're an irredeemable monster. But dang if that irredeemable monster isn't entertaining.
Darn tootin'.
Couldn't get the rock off, but it's still cool, right?
That's right. Although I'm trying to think. I was actually pondering this a little bit. You know, what makes a villain who you kind of believe wouldn't, like Thanos? He was physically strong and had an understandable motive. Mm-hmm. But then I always think of, there's that classic, it's an anime trope, but I think it makes its way into American. If everyone were dead, there'd be no suffering. So I'm going to kill everyone. It's like, no, that's stupid. Why are you being stupid?
They have a suicide wish and want to share it, make it everyone else's problem.
It's like, it's a nihilist viewpoint in the extreme. Super extreme.
Mm-hmm. Like crazily extreme. Some would say extremist.
Yeah, that's again, Destiny 2, that's what the big bad of the series is. Basically seems to be operating under that assumption.
You can use your scientific prowess to do great things like cure cancer. I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
Well, you know, I can't totally fault that logic. What? Dinosaurs are cool. Wouldn't you want to be a T-Rex?
We don't need dinosaurs. In our modern world, we do not need dinosaurs. Have we not learned from any Jurassic Park movie?
I've learned one thing from those movies. Don't make another one.
I have not seen Dominion.
Nor have I.
I've had A&Y describe Dominion, and I don't think the movie's real. Because none of it makes sense. They treat the original characters, you know, the ones who survive the terrible dinosaur land, like them not wanting dinosaurs around is a bad thing. It's like, what? No. Dinosaurs should not exist in the modern world.
This is a given.
We hunt deer to help the population. We can do the same thing here. I don't need another movie of Chris Pratt holding his hands out towards raptors. Thank you very much.
Although that would be kind of funny if, like, Chris Pratt in another movie just holds out his hands and everyone is placated.
That's his power. That's Star-Lord's power now that his other half of whatever the species of planet god that his father was is now back to being dormant.
That's right.
It's just he placates people with his magic hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Watcha.
That's the entirety of Guardians 3. That's it. That's the movie. I saved you like 2 hours. Go home.
But let's see. I don't know. I wouldn't mind trying out life as a T-Rex for a little bit. Although, what would I?
Such tiny arms, like.
That's true.
And also, if we live in the modern world, there's not enough food for you.
That's okay. It's called. There's plenty of food sources. It's called my neighbors.
Well, that's just a mere appetizer to a T-Rex, buddy.
I know, but just for once, I'd like all that stomping upstairs to just be silent.
Everything's going to be silent. How are you going to put your head through any... Are you just going to bite off the roof of the, bite off the roof of the apartment building or something? Just go...
Well, you know, I will probably say this. Is this building up to code? Boom. No. But it'll be kind of weird because I'll be talking T-Rex, so I'm like...
Sound like Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl just...
That or... Oh, maybe I sound like Meet the Robinsons. And I just don't think this was thought through.
Master? Oh, bowler hat guy, you are hilarious. See, that's a strong character with a weak motive.
Oh,
He just hated himself.
he needed to wake himself up.
Hey, Goob, want to hang out? I like your binder. They all hated me.
Oh, we have a Mad Munchkin in the chat. Hello, Maddie.
Hi, Scottish Biscuit.
It's good to see you. And we'll get to see her at Babscon too. It's nice.
Yes, I'm going. I'll attack her with hugs. Then I've been working my arms. Prepare to have your back broken.
I forget. Was Babscon the first time I got to see you in person?
Yes, it was.
I thought so, because I definitely remember the running hug you gave me.
Yes, because I was excited to meet you.
And it was wonderful.
And it's only gotten stronger from there.
Oh,
now I just have brute strength.
That's right. She could probably break me in two. Now let's see.
One day I'm gonna show up to a convention. I just look like a barbarian. Just hello.
Oh, how about a Viking horned helm?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Now let's see here. What? I don't know if Shocker replied about the whole strength question. Time Warp Chronos wants to know, what is your opinion on good indie animation?
Well, what's the qualifier for indie in this scenario?
I'm not entirely sure myself.
So anything that's not the four major studios, so Sony, Illumination, DreamWorks, and Disney, and I guess Warner Brothers, so 5, but
I'm not sure myself.
because I mean, like some people would argue Leica to an extent is indie just because they're not like high grossing releases, but they still will just always be self-sustaining because the CEO is the one good example of a nepotism baby. But if you're talking about like Song of the Sea, Wolfwalkers, Marcel and the Shell, I guess. Because that stuff can, I guess, be qualified as indie, unless you're talking about shows like Hell of a Boss or Far-Fetched or A Fox in Space, like that kind of like internet indie animation, because that's a whole other can of worms. Welcome to asking me a question where I ask you a follow-up question as your answer.
Hey, it's turnabout. It's fair play.
Exactly.
And let's see here. Now, indie music, or sorry, I'm working on a music image, so of course I think music. But the thing I find funny about indie animation is that it's actually trying very hard to not look like the big stuff. It's trying usually to be smaller or less bound, a bit more wobbly. Though I gotta say,
I mean, it's working with its limits rather than against it.
But there were several animated pieces. The Oscar-nominated animated shorts for this year had some wonderful pieces. Mm-hmm. So, and well, of course, my favorite was the horse, the fox, the mole, and the boy,
which you can watch on Apple TV Plus.
And it's and you can also read the book, and it is just quite wonderful. It's very simplistic, but sort of deceptively so. You have to put a lot of effort in to look that simple.
Yeah, it's like a stoner movie. It is a science to make a good one.
Yeah, pardon me. This This is all also for my for this promo video. I can never just have a video where I'm like, I am attending this convention.
See you there.
See you there. 5-second panel. No, I gotta make it fun.
You gotta make it a production.
That's right. It's gotta be the best of all.
It's all about presentation.
Presentation. Let's see here. Just looking through because we see some other chats. Oh, Parker Boots. How many things do you have going on at the moment? Lordy, do you really want that rabbit hole? I guess I'll start us off.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
So, I continue to work on a tribute to Kevin Conroy on Batman. Is when I tried to introduce animation and lip flap into my videos some more, but really it's just slowed everything down. So I'm learning from this experience. I have delved into creating resin artwork and I'm attempting several different things, including some stuff to sell at Babscon. I am also had a very nice talk with Saberspark today because I needed some guidance and encouragement as my channel has been shrinking, and I would like to try and reinvigorate. And he gave me some very good advice that I will try to expand on. Meanwhile, I try to keep up with Destiny 2 and its FOMO approach. Check in with my friends whenever I can because I lived a life for a time where it was just work and go home. I'd never want to return to that. So I always want to keep in touch with friends and visit with my family each weekend. Oh, and then there's Pinkie Pie Says Goodnight, new comic review for Equestria Daily, both of which need to happen this coming week. And sleep is in there somewhere, but boy, howdy, is it only when I can. And I'm not a morning person, gosh darn it.
No one truly is. There's just a lot of people who lie to themselves. I guess in Chrissy land, I got my commission work. Like, I work at DA Games. I work at Saberspark for editing stuff. I stream. I've been taking a break with streaming because mental health. Haha. Getting back into painting, doing a bunch of painting work to sell at cons and also for myself. I'm scripting a bunch of content because I really want to just make 2023 the year I come back with like scripted, edited videos and stuff. And the current one I'm working on to come out fairly soon, because I have my big Ghostbusters thing, but that's probably going to be the summer or the fall. But in terms of more immediate ones, I have a video that is titled on the Google document, I found out there are 10 Swan Princess movies, and I'm making it everyone's problem. Where I am going to talk about all 10 Swan Princess movies and make it everyone's problem. And also talk about like the weird stuff, like it has an official website, its connections to the Mormon Church, all these very weird things that just exist in this universe of Swan Princess meta. So I'm very excited for that. The voice of Sasuke is in the new Swan Princess movies. I find that fascinating. So that's my life right now.
That's a good deal right there. Although my friends and I were at a Target yesterday, and we saw a bundle for the Land Before Time movies. 14.
Oh yeah, the one with 14.
14. I was in the theaters watching Littlefoot's mother pass away in the premiere screening, and of course I cried. I was a little kid. It was harsh. Now you're telling me it's 14 movies later and that asteroid still hasn't hit? This is Land Before Time 15, confronting your mortality again.
Here's the thing. Land Before Time stopped making movies in like 2014, 2016. There is an 11th Swan Princess movie coming out this year. That's a prequel.
A prequel, no less.
Which I'm like, how do you do a prequel? She was born at the beginning of the first movie.
Maybe it's her parents meet?
Maybe, or maybe the entire movie is just a longer form of the "This Wasn't My Idea" song, where her and Prince Derek are kids.
Ah. Well, we have a follow from Shocker on the question of strength. A villain that has terrible plot armor, or an antagonist that isn't even a villain, but they have better motives. I definitely don't like plot armor. So an antagonist that has better motives is, I think, often interesting. Although we're still left wondering what's the resolution there.
Also has the potential for a very tragic villain if they have good motives, but they try to reach that goal the wrong way. Okay, so I'm gonna let Pinky dry, because if I have to paint one more heart, I am going to jump headfirst into an unfilled pool. So I'm gonna work on Luna. Which this will be interesting, because she's a lot bigger of a painting.
Oh.
This is basically a sequel to that Celestia painting I made back in Ciderfest all those years ago.
And you have the artist's speech impediment with a brush between your teeth.
It's a pencil.
It's a pencil, I say. Ooh. That's lovely.
Yeah, so thank you. So like how I had the let me pull back your stream so I can still see your chat. There we are. So like how I had the Celestia painting have these like her hair basically became like the landscape kind of thing, because that fits her colors, and she's the princess of the day. There's that whole rigmarole of the day helps spawn the life and everything. So I am going to use Luna's to be a bunch of like waves of water.
Ooh,
because she is the moon princess, so she controls the tides.
And water is often used as a symbol for the subconscious, which is
exactly
expressed in dreams.
So yeah, so I'm making the waves very, think like sorry if you hear children, I have my window open because paint smells. Like those Japanese paintings of like waves and stuff, how they're all kind of like these segmented stripes of color.
Yeah.
So I'm basing it off of that type of illustrative style, and then in the little sky in her main, as opposed to this purple, like night about to go, the emergence of night kind of warm colored sky. It's going to be like a dark blue sky with some of the dream orbs that you see in the Switcheroo episode. So I think this is going to be quite pretty, and I'm also happy about the fact that, given that I'm doing this style of wave painting, it will expedite the process of painting it faster, because it's just a lot of stripes of color.
Excellent.
Yes.
Smithers. Let's see here. And on my end,
what are you working on now? I see a circle.
Well, now that I've established the cards for everyone, next I need to make a summoning effect.
Was that enough sounds of fascination and awe for you.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I always have to... Fractal noise. I have to remember. How does one spell fractal?
Fractal.
Very good. Applause for her good spelling.
Thank you. I like to thank the Academy.
I like to thank the Academy whenever they do something wrong. It's like, hey, I don't feel so bad anymore.
Now, where's my jet ski?
I've actually ridden one of those. We fell over pretty bad.
Well, yeah, but you're you. I'm me. I'm gonna fall over even worse.
Oh. Are we gonna have a fall off? It's like a fallout, but we stay friends.
Yeah.
They're like, no, I'm the worst on it. No, I am. Yeah, me.
And everyone's just concerned. Guys, you're both terrible. It's okay.
You're both terrible people. Now, come on. Can't we all just get along?
Now, come on. We only rented this jet ski for an hour. Now, break a bone or shut up.
I know. Usually we say break a leg, but, in this case, kind of obvious.
Any bone, really. We're not picky.
Not at all. So let's see here. I admit I'm kind of... Oh, there we go. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Shiny lens flares.
That's right, lens flare. The most
let's see.
loathsome effect in all of, everywhere. Color from source, allow brightening. Yeah. Warp softness. Ooh. Can I get like a little flowy?
By the way, has Silver saved anything? I would hope so.
Yeah, I've saved stuff. I just started this, so not quite at the
You think that a creator who's worked so long for this long, like Silver, has not forgoes saving? At this point, it's a neurotic tick to save.
Well, I appreciate everyone reminding me all the same. Except again, when Illustrator says, "Oh, I can't save that. It has an opacity mask."
Then why do you have opacity masks if you won't let me use it?
It's like, confound you.
I defy you, opacity masks.
I don't understand. Why are you doing this to me?
Can't you just be normal?
Can't we all just get along? Oh, that's...
Kumbaya, why?
Kumbaya, my lord.
Kumbaya. As the Walmart burns to the ground.
Oh, Lord, kumbaya. I remember that episode.
I've been rewatching South Park while I work. And the South Park, I'm on the season with the all Walmart This Way Comes.
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I realized, though, rewatching South Park, because I started from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
I try to find my favorite episode of each season, and it's really hard with the first 3 seasons, because South Park seasons, like 1 through, anything Bigger, Longer, Uncut, has a lot of great moments, but not great episodes. Like, the episodes are all kind of okay, but there are just those really standout moments, which are, the references people reference when you go back to, like, early South Park. Like, everyone remembers when Mecha Streisand comes up, but do people remember anything else from the episode with Mecha Streisand?
Probably not. Barbara!
And that's not to say I don't like any, early episode. I really like the series of episodes that happen during the meteor shower, because you have, Kyle and Kenny at the at Jew Scouts with God being the supercomputer from Tron,
Right, Master Control Moses.
and then the whole thing with like, what was it, the CIA or something, thinking that the meteor shower party was was a cult.
Oh yeah, and they try to get them out with Cher.
Do you believe in love?
I thought that auto tune.
It's okay, guys. We did this in Waco. Yeah, but didn't you guys fail at Waco?
Hey, you see this ball? See this ball? Go get it.
Which, man, that dates the episode so much of like when this happened. Of like, how many people today know about the whole Waco failure thing? Like, how many people learned of it because of watching South Park reruns? Though I will say it's very interesting to watch, because I saw the first Man Bear Pig episode of South Park. You know, the first time they have gore come in, and then when you watch modern South Park and they have to do a whole episode where they were like, "Oh wait, Man Bear Pig is real," because Man Bear Pig was just a giant XP of climate change.
And yeah, we were kind of wrong.
Later on, climate change is real. It's like, oh, we were wrong. Doesn't make their version of Al Gore any less funny, though, as someone who replayed Stick of Truth recently and loves fighting Al Gore.
You weren't serial enough.
The devil plays Red Dead Redemption. Yes, he does.
As is only right.
Oh, hi, Master Code. Welcome. Oh, the Cthulhu trilogy was great, because isn't that the first time we meet the Coon?
The Coon.
Anything with their superhero sonas is always great. Like, anything Mysterion related is great. The Black Friday trilogy, though.
Oh.
That's probably my favorite multi-parter that they've ever had. Like, in the show. And I love that it's just one big advertisement for Stick of Truth. Like, it's so good, though. Oh, no, people really like that guy.
I love it when they're walking through the garden.
Old man's garden?
It's like, don't stop talking. Get off my lawn. Don't listen
Stop
to him.
conspiring in my backyard.
Don't listen to
He's gonna betray
him.
you.
Shut the hell up, dude. Now get out of my lawn.
Guy, look, Mr. Martin, he really needs pizza. His blood sugar's dropping low because he has diabetes. Oh, don't worry, the pizzas are going to get here. Just trust me.
Oh, and of course the theme song, Wiener, Wiener, Wiener.
Wiener, 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 Wiener. Butter's genuine frustration about the amount of flaccid wieners in Game of Thrones is so good.
Alrighty, I'm not.
I have played Fractured Butthole Disney Lover. It is great.
I have not yet, but I still have my PlayStation 4 and the file. Oh yes, the file.
The file.
I won't defile anything.
I mean,
South Park does that enough.
I was about to say, how's your summoning effect going?
Well, that's going pretty well. I think. Let's see here. I will. This really just needs to be something simple, but, well, once again, it's me. Evolution, yada, yada, yada. So, up from the
So
depths.
is it just going to be a glow and then you mask the character coming in? Like there's just a mask and they just kind of rise up from the white circle?
Yes, I'm going to put the I wonder if I should export the circle and the glow as two separate files. Because the goal is they rise up, there's a blinding light, and there you go. Whoop, hey.
I would do it as two separate ones with, like, you know, the appropriate alpha channels and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even need the blessed circle. I mean, that's easy to... Anything can make the circle. It's the light rays I need.
Good old light rays.
It's so hardy. Look at it go. All right, yes, I think this will work. So, out goes the shape layer. Ooh, there's a hint of red in there. Why is there? Oh, because it was a red solid. Let's change that color, shall we? Red solid. Where do I change the colors on this?
Red rum, red rum.
So let's see here.
I know it's not pony related, but I do want to show another painting I've been working on. Not to work on it right now, but just one of my personal side projects. Come here, you. Let's see if I can actually have this fit in frame. Because it's a tall painting, but yeah, I'm working on just this little personal painting. It's still very early on. Ow.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. The ow was compulsory because I knocked my, I don't want to be on camera. I knocked my tripod with my chair. And whenever I hear a loud noise, I just kind of reflexively go, ow. But yeah.
That's lovely.
Yep, it's still very early on. Like, I have just started shading the skin and the flower and stuff, but it's supposed to be like a spring fairy who's just starting to thaw out, which is like this green is supposed to what her skin normally is, but right now she's like frostbitten blue and all that. And I'm going to work more on her after Babscon, but she's my personal painting amongst a sea of, well, haunts. But I'm just happy to paint. It was my first way of getting into art before I fell into digital art.
Digital art. I mean, so helpful in many respects, but there's something to the tactile.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why people like screen tablets so much, because it almost imitates that kind of tactile feeling of just something you're drawing against something and it's just so right here. Well, thank you for the $5 super chat, Samuel. Both pieces look lovely, even the works in progresses. Thank you. You are lovely yourself.
Champ to Stay would like to know our favorite cake flavors.
Oh, I'm boring. I just like a good old-fashioned, like, vanilla cake or yellow cake.
Well, I mean, ice cream cake, is that, I don't know if that's really a flavor, but boy.
Oh, I mean, ice cream cake, yeah, that's a whole different story.
That's right. Let's see here. I'm trying to recall, how do I change the color of a solid?
I mean, you could always use layer styles and color overlay and just turn it into white.
I feel like there's another way to do this. Well, it's something I can hash out with YouTube guidance. There's probably a simpler way. Goodness knows I've made things complex enough, eh?
Basically.
Also, I have to thank, I believe I've just received a Ko-fi support. Ah, from
Hey!
Trinary. Trinary, I haven't seen you in the chat. I was wondering.
Yeah, where are you at? Where are you at, dog?
And let's see, there, maybe. I know I'm looking forward to seeing Trinary. Also at Babs. He'll be helping me with my table, and I will need the help because, boy, howdy, I'll have to run over hither and yon, especially yon.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can find someone to watch my table when I'm pulled away for things. I've asked the con if they know anyone. And that's the end of that statement. They told me they'll find someone, though.
Crystal Raymond recently joined us and wondered who's doing this wonderful painting. That is my friend Cosmic Keyframe.
Hello!
And yes,
I'm the tall one who's not actually tall.
Oh, come on, think about it. How many of us actually have our OCs base their height to the real person? I mean, our dear Wolfie Wolf is a beanpole, but he's a short OC. Lightning Bliss is about as tall as I, a little shorter, but nothing compared to the height difference in our characters.
Oh, Blissey is not nearly as tall as you. She's shorter than me, and I'm shorter than you.
Well, I certainly don't want to. I don't want to look down on anyone.
It's been a while since there was one, so I was waiting. I was like, did he forget about his soundboard? Heaven forbid.
Never.
Never.
Now Maddie is 5'1", but she too goes for a shorter, even shorter OC. Yeah.
Like a little stocky pony.
Evangelion 007 wants to know if I've seen if either of us have seen the new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I have not. I have heard about it, but I have not seen it.
Might see it this weekend. I would enjoy it if I could. Let's see here. Who was it earlier? Oh, yes, Hunting Rangers 123. Just got back from seeing it and said it was awesome. From someone who's never officially played D&D. I don't know how that works out overall.
I mean, a movie should, also have some type of generalized appeal, especially with something like D&D, where it's like you want to get, people interested in your source material. So you got to have a good sales pitch, and a movie is just a 2-hour-long sales pitch.
That's right. Very interesting. Now, I got to say, the previous D&D movie, which, was 1990s?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that one... That was not so great.
Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
No, actually, again, visiting Target, seeing the toys of those on the shelf.
Yeah, they've re-released toys of that, and I was like, what a strange thing to bring back.
And I'm trying to remember...
Was it a popular cartoon? I don't remember.
And I know one of the female characters, she had a green staff that could extend.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I am no better than anyone else.
Well, no, you're in good company. But what was it? She would walk around in this fur bikini and boots, and I looked at that and I just thought that girl is gonna catch a cold.
She's gonna catch something.
And I'm just like, what? Did she not raise issue with this when she was first transported against her will?
I mean, I guess it's like Jumanji rules. It's like, you got transported there. You kind of get what you get. You can't be upset.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, oh, sure, I'm a guy. I could say, oh, fur bikini, that's hot. But then the practical side of me is like, that would be uncomfortable, itchy, and cold. What in the hay?
We just got to be egalitarian about this. Make the men wear fur monokinis.
Well, they did that with the kid, I think, which was, wow. He was the barbarian. But the only one I really remember was Derek, oddly, the paladin, but cavalier. But he just wanted out of everything. He was supposed to be the cowardly one, but he was really the only one talking sense.
Yeah. If I was transported in a world with, well, look at the title, dragons, I wouldn't want to mess with anything, man.
Yeah, and that dragon is Tiamat, the 5-headed dragon.
Haha. I stick to my statement.
I'm leaving. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I'm going home.
Actually, that might be the...
Castus homus.
Screwicus uicus.
I roll for going home. I'm sorry, you rolled a 3. You tried to go home, but you teleported yourself closer to the dragon. Damn it!
All right. Next, I play Touch Grass. Now, all of you have to go outside. No!
Roll for agriculture.
I can see a naturalist. I'll lend you my blade of grass.
And then it blows away in the wind.
Dang
Well,
it.
I've done all I can do.
Well, I tried. Still, I'm a little surprised South Park has they've never done D&D, have they?
No, but recently they did an episode where Stan and Token are really into Warhammer.
Oh, I thought they were into TikTok.
No, that's Kyle and Token. That was that episode. But yeah, there's this whole in the newest episode. It was spring break, and Randy is like, "Hey guys, it's spring break. Don't you want to get messed up? All the women are gone. We can get other people." Randy being Randy. Meanwhile, Stan and Token are in the kitchen with a giant Warhammer 40k set, and they're just playing 40k, and it pisses off Randy, who apparently is an Andrew Tate fan, because of course he is.
Of course. Actually, I didn't think that would be out until next week. I must see this post haste.
But yeah, so that's interesting. But yeah, so they had that. I mean, they had a World of Warcraft episode. Everyone knows Make Love Not Warcraft. It's the best episode of the show.
In fact, so good that they made a Warcraft card. Warcraft card, that which has no life.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think they've done they've done LARPing, because the whole Fellowship of the of the Ring parody, with the name of the movie that I am not saying on stream. But yeah, I don't think they've done one where they're just playing D&D. Which is weird, because I would if they're Warhammer fans, I expect them to also probably be D&D fans, Well,
I mean, what could you say about Warhammer just to tick off its fans? It's like D&D for your goth phase. It's not a phase.
It's kind of just sci-fi D&D, isn't it?
Oddly, I was listening to a short story about them today. Warhammer Worlds.
They did have Stick of Truth tie-in episodes. Yeah, but those were LARPing, and they were also more Game of Thrones parodies.
Again, wiener, wiener, wiener.
Wiener, wiener.
Look at... Well, I'm not gonna get too big into that.
All the wieners.
Wiener, wieners.
In your face. But...
Yes, we're functioning adults. Why do you ask?
We pay taxes.
Oh, God, tax season. I have to work on that, too. God!
Sorry.
No.
I have to suffer, so do you.
Yes, it's good. It's good to be aware. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble.
I have to upload all my tax documents to my accountant after Babscon.
I need to make a profit loss for last year. And seeing as how I bought software license for Toon Boom, it was probably a loss. I can only do so much here, people.
Hey, it's an investment for the future.
Yes, but well, I have to ponder that future. For animating, I never claim that animation is easy. But animating lip flap is taking far longer than I expected. And that's
why I made the suggestion in the comments of your update video, where you should go the Persian poetess route of just having animated transitions of expressions rather than lip flaps as a thing to start out with, so you can at least put out things while you're learning the ropes of these lip flap thingies.
Yes, I like your thinking. I didn't recall Persian poetess having those animations. But that's probably my cruddy memory.
Oh yeah, she was like the one known for her things being animated.
Then I must go and watch some of her videos post-haste. After I watch South Park post-haste. There's a lot of things after haste.
Yeah, there's a lot of post.
Yeah, what? I never understood that phrase, post-haste. What is... Post is after, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, genau.
Yeah.
I am Lord, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was just sitting on the can, you know, I add a little reverb, maybe a little extra effects, and then suddenly, oh, Lord, I am Lord. Yeah.
I love that they got Sia to be the Lord voice. So get one pop star to play another pop star.
Well, I love in the early stages, what was it? Jay Leno was Scruffy, the Stan's...
No, George Clooney was Stan's gay dog. and then George Clooney also played the doctor that replaced Kenny's heart with a baked potato in Bigger, Longer, Uncut.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, they do a lot with weird celebrity cameos.
Yeah, because the celebrities asked to be on this. Like, George Clooney asked to be on South Park. Jennifer Aniston was on South Park. It was the episode where they go to the Amazon. She's the teacher, counselor, the one who tells, like, when Cartman is walking into the woods, into the rainforest, because he's like, screw you guys, I'm coming home. Fine, go and die, you fat bastard.
Yeah. And by the end, they're singing, "Oh, forget yourself, you've never been there."
To screw the rainforest.
Yeah, every year the rainforest is responsible for X number of deaths. You can join. Although oddly, that makes me think of a news blurb I saw. People are trying now to introduce artificial trees into cities.
Yes, but people don't actually read that article because those things are actually really good.
They're really good.
They produce more oxygen than trees.
Well, I don't mean to diss it, but I also was like, if it's fine if they supplement trees, but I really don't want them to replace trees.
Oh yeah, they're not meant to replace trees. They're meant to just be in let's put it bluntly, poorly designed cities to help supplement oxygen production, because trees simply can't exist in, like, I mean, because these things were introduced in like Moscow or something. So, like, really industrialized cities. And honestly, given how much oxygen these things actually can produce, putting them in cities would help the environment tenfold, while, because trees take like 10 years to fully develop into like a tree that can sustain oxygen production.
Gotcha. And these are going right off the bat.
Yeah, these are meant for, supplementation, not replacement. And I think a lot of people are taking the nihilistic point of view and thinking that they are becoming some kind of replacement. They're not. They're going to places where trees can't be in the first place.
Okay, that makes sense. So thank you for clarifying and educating.
Also, I like the fact that they are designed to not be anti-homeless. Because they don't have... They are designed with, like, benches. They are actually connected to benches.
Ah.
And not benches with spikes on them like some cities do, which I think is barbaric.
What? Okay, I'm proud to say we don't have that in Denver. Jeez.
Hooray!
Although, one other thing I have to do. We have mayoral elections coming up, and boy... Oh, man, I thought this would be easy. Serves me right.
Things easy?
Original source deleted.
Oh, what did you do? What did you do, Ray?
I just thought of the most innocent thing. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Well, let's see here.
Are
I mean...
you a god? No.
Then
die!
When someone asks if you're a god, you say yes! Which led to one of the best scenes in the new movie. Ray, come on, you got this.
Ray, come on, man.
Come on, Ray, you know this.
I love Ghostbusters so much.
And here's the thing, they knew. They did a better job than, what was it, the 2018?
Well, yeah, because they actually got the Reitmans back to work on the movie. You actually had the original blood helping with this. People who understand the product.
You know, and I'm saying, if you like the 2018, I think it was.
No, 2016. Answer the Call.
Answer the Call.
Name of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, more power to you. I'm not trying to diss on people who like it, but I really enjoyed this most recent one. It's my fave.
Answer the Call makes me sad because the cast is really good. The script is just really bad.
It is. They're all trying to be the goofy one.
Yeah, it's like how it doesn't work. Like you need a straight man or you need like a sardonic one. Like all the Ghostbusters fulfilled like a purpose to make just a funny team, you know? Like they all had their moments, but they weren't all the jokey ones. Like sometimes it felt like a modern SNL sketch, but that maybe it's also the thing of like the sensibilities of how to structure a joke and perform a joke has just changed over time that much. But I love Ghostbusters. I was watching Ghostbusters 2 earlier.
Oh yeah, despite what people say, I think that has a lot of fun to it too.
Oh, I think it's an entertaining movie. Why did my phone do that?
Ray, how do you feel? Groovy.
What? Oh God, my phone died. That's cool.
That means you're free. Free, I tell you.
I mean, yeah, I'll still be in this stream, but I guess I'll just end it off here on my stream.
But
we've been streaming for 2 hours. So thank you guys for watching. Stay up to date on Twitter for the stuff with Babscon and also my paintings and stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for sticking around. Sorry I haven't been streaming a lot, but my mental health is more important than your entertainment.
Say true.
If you want to hear me still ramble, go to Silverstream on his channel. Till then, everyone, bye.
Bye-bye.
And now those losers are gone, so now I'm here, and you can get rid of my my little screen.
Oh, but it's a very nice screen. But now it's it's all dark. Now it's darkness.
Yeah, because now it's just darkness. But I'm still gonna work on my Luna painting. I'm making good progress on it. But no, I love Ghostbusters too. I think it's a very entertaining movie, but it's also very much someone gave Dan Aykroyd more power with the script because there's just so much happening in that movie. There is no restraint with Ghostbusters 2.
Oh no,
I love it for that.
And of course, the Statue of Liberty walking in to save the day. I mean, how can you not love that?
Exactly. You know, we sing to it, tell it nice words. You're not sleeping with it, are you, Ray?
Oh, Ray!
Oh, it wasn't Ray. Egon be a little freak. But,
yeah, I'm not sure he told his future wife about that.
I don't think he told his future wife much of anything. But the, my favorite joke for Ghostbusters 2 is, Chief, you're gonna want to hear about this. It's the Titanic. What? It came back. And then you see the Titanic, and then the weirdest Cheech Marin cameo. Just like, well, better late than never.
Although that makes me wonder. I mean, at the time it was this terrible tragedy, but now, well, in addition to being a fantastic movie with an earworm of a theme song, makes me wonder how far down we'll be before we make light of tragedies we've lived through.
Yeah, I mean, what's the thing from South Park? How many years it needs to pass before you can make jokes about a tragedy? Like 23.1 years or something?
Right.
21.3 years.
And next thing you know, it's like, hey, AIDS is now funny.
But that was the whole joke in the South Park episode. It's like, oh, it's been this many years since the AIDS epidemic. AIDS is funny again.
Huzzah!
By South Park's logic, I'm stating that as the qualifier here.
They have logic?
You could make 9/11 jokes.
Oh.
I'm not recommending you do.
Actually, they already did.
I mean, yes, they did.
That's the freaky deaky part. They didn't even wait that long.
Yeah, I'm talking to the general audience here.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either.
Like, look, when you add American patriotism, that adds, like, it's like copyright law of Disney stuff going to the public domain. What's the whole thing that was, like, Disney's rule now that Florida can't, like, mess with them until, like, 21 years after the descendants of King Charles dies? So they are, like, immune to anything Florida tries to pull on them.
That is perhaps the most clever and confusing legal Hail Mary I've ever heard of, but it just confirms you don't mess with the mouse.
Yeah.
I own you all!
I am a god! Kneel before me!
Oh boy, I sure do love coming down to hear your problems.
Now, do we have a problem? No, Mr. Mouse. I love how the Jonas Brothers had to say that they didn't like that episode when it came out because they were still working for Disney. But ever since, you know, that they became their own people, they were like, oh yeah, we love that episode. It was too true.
There we go. And now I have a bustling audience to witness this duel.
Hell yeah.
Oh, rebel, rebel, rebel!
Rebel, 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 rebel.
I turned the entire audience into Dippin' Dots.
Oh no. Daddy, what happened to us? We got simplified, Jimmy. No, where did Mommy go? She didn't make it, Jimmy.
She's still stuck in the render queue.
Her layer was hidden.
No!
She was an opacity mask.
No! That means Illustrator can't save her.
No!
Yes, I'm bitter about that. I lost a good chunk of time. Because, and this is important, I couldn't save. I'm all
That's why I
grouchy now.
stopped watching movies. One way or another, the mouse will win, so I will not play. Not every movie is made by Disney, Fire Evie. Believe it or not, there's at least 2 other monopolies existing right now. You can watch those. I will not watch Citizen Kane because somehow Mickey has stuck his dirty glove into it.
Wait, the mouse owns Citizen Kane now?
No, it doesn't. That's the logic that I'm projecting that Fire Evie said.
Okay, I'm glad for that, because that would be weird. Try making a Disney ride out of Rosebud.
It's a sled ride, and I can make that happen. Have you heard the thing that like Orson Welles said, like when he was later in life, and he apparently said to like the people handling his estate, I guess he was like, "Keep Ted Turner and his Crayolas away from my film," which I think is one of the funniest statements.
I wouldn't doubt it,
Just
but... Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm just like in this era of remakes and lack of originality. How long before they trespass?
I want to be hopeful and say when public domain kicks in for that movie, which is still not for a while, because I don't think the estate of Orson Welles is going to, not even Orson Welles, like the director of Citizen Kane. Did Orson make Citizen Kane? I know he was in it, but what is it? One of those creators are also the actor things?
I believe so.
Yeah, his estate's not going to take that lightly, you know?
I should hope not.
Wish we can go back to the simpler times where the worst thing you can do to a movie is colorize it really badly.
Oh, but now we have digital restoration and we can add an extra Jow in the background. Ooh, teeny!
Oh, I mean, it's worse than that. Have you seen the Peter Jackson Get Back documentary on Disney?
Not yet.
Okay, it has some of the worst digital restoration I think I've seen.
Ugh.
Like, here's the thing, because they don't... Restoration talk. So, like, most digital restoration, some of it can be done well. A lot of 40K upscales and stuff are actually done really well. But there's a lot of digital restoration where they just put it through some kind of algorithmic program. So it's supposed to digitally detect the stuff and scrub the grain and stuff clean. However, these programs are not human. So, you know, they'll delete things and all this stuff. The Cinderella Blu-ray or whatever is very famous or infamous for literally scrubbing out details of Cinderella's dress and like the godmother's eyebrows and all this stuff. It's such a bad restoration. But the Get Back one is so bad that there are scenes where the main people in the foreground are out of focus because whatever program they did detected text in the background, like on a drum kit or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And focused in on that.
Ugh.
And I'm sorry, look, I know some people are so like into restoration stuff to make it look good as new. If you're looking at footage that is from the 60s, literally like, well, 60 years old, expect grain. Why are we afraid of film grain and scuffs and stuff? It's an indicator of when it was made. I don't get the whole scrubbing clean mentality unless you do it by hand, which, in terms of Beatles as well, the Yellow Submarine restoration. They literally cleaned every piece of film of that movie. Like, they have the film reel of the movie, and they hand clean all the celluloid. Like, that is the effort you should put in when you're literally holding a piece of history. Especially since this footage for the Get Back documentary the main selling point is that this is footage that no one has ever seen before. Like, this is like unearthed. The Ark of the Covenant of Beatles footage of the most fly on the wall moment of their history. Given the fact that we're never probably going to ever get like actual Let It Be on a physical release or something like that. That's not a bootleg, because no member of the Beatles nor their estates wants that stuff to be public, because that was like the hardest time of their lives. But like, you have all that, and your first instinct is to get rid of all their pores, because they're scrubbed so clean that they just don't look human.
Ugh.
It's like really old color restoration. It's not the same. We've obviously have gotten better, but you know those like the really bad color restoration of like black and white movies where they colorize it and everyone looks like they have like sapphire blue eyes because the colorizing it was just so weird that they just don't look like people. That's how it feels. That's the energy it gives off. I have a very specific beef with restoration stuff because I love classic media and old movies. I believe in physical media preservation. But don't mess it up. It's not that hard. I have the Scooby-Doo Where Are You box set, and all that stuff's upscaled, but you still see the fact that it's a cartoon from the 60s. Like, they don't try to make it look like a digital cartoon of now. Like, just stop being afraid of grain. Like, eat your vegetables and shut up. Like, I don't know, man. It annoys me. I'm mad. Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Anyways, I see that we've had other questions and comments we've missed, so I'm sorry for my rant, everyone.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Let's see here. Although I did just say to folks in the chat, we're not intentionally ignoring you. It's unfortunately we're working, we're talking, and we're trying to keep an eye on the chat, but unfortunately multitasking is a lie. It's just doing many things badly at once.
It's monotasking with style.
That's right. Actually, I was talking with someone who had read a study. Really, people who are claimed to be good multitaskers are just very good at switching gears, like instantly.
It's just compartmentalizing a bunch of tasks. You're not actually multitasking.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
Though,
but anyways,
over on Twitch, I want to give just a quick shout out to Domain Ill and Camper on Par 100. Both first time in the chat, so thank you both for coming and chatting with folks.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Let's see here, but I do want to just see if we missed any talks. I am in the ever so gripping process of rendering out this 5-minute background, which should cover the length of the video.
Well, that's good. The promo is 5 minutes?
Well, you know, it's scripted. It's got a duel and summonings.
That's true. I can never I know some people can quantify like a page as a minute worth of footage, but that's a lie.
No, actually, I just laid out some of the audio. So yeah, let me just pull up Premiere real quick and see if I can play just a little snippet so you all can hear the intense technology I used to capture Golden Gates' opponent.
Hell yeah.
Come on, Adobe. I sold my soul to you. The least you could do is actually get to work.
It's so intense. Wow. Oh my God.
See, now I kind of do wish I had gotten Mickey Mouse, but this one should be interesting. Let's see here. Preferences, audio hardware. I want this going to the Rodecaster Pro. Stereo. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
It's over for you, Golden Gates. Draw your last pathetic card so my blue eyes can finish you. Hello! Hello! Hello!
So yeah, That's the great voice AI for Seto Kaiba.
God. That's great.
I know, isn't that that's just the greatest thing of all time? Surely, no, everyone will think it's the actual voice actor.
Surely, everyone. Did you also hear that I'm the new King of England? Like, in other believable news.
Given the current king, they might actually want to do a trade.
No, because then I'll have to be with Camilla. No one wants to be with Camilla. That's just the world's second place.
Oh, ow. Shots are fired all the way across the pond.
Yes. Wait a moment. Did you just summon Silver-Quill in a single turn? Yeah, you don't need to send anyone to the graveyard to summon a Silver-Quill.
Yeah, he'll be there on his own pretty quick. Actually, I do have something.
Ah, Silver-Quill. It's impossible. No one has been able to summon him before.
Wait, are you like the Exodia of this universe?
Oh no, I'm only here. I'll pull up my card. I'm only a half-star monster. Let's see here. Here we are, Silver-Quill. Here is my courtesy of Yu-Gi-Oh card maker, Silver-Quill, half a star. And I don't want to give too much away. I mean, I think this will make a good April Fool's video, but it's also truth in advertising. I really do have no business making cards for this game.
It's great. I love it. You have a lot of defense points. Is that how you are still alive?
Yeah, pretty much.
Haha, I got the joke.
Of course, the other joke is I'm the only vanilla card in this entire set. I gave everyone else these effects.
Nice.
Actually, yeah, now I'm in the mood to share. So, Lightning Bliss. If either player says the word cute, this card is automatically special summoned. When summoned this way, the speaker takes 2,400 points of damage. And by similar notion, Mad Munchkin. If this card is on the field alongside Mary Sue, its rank increases to 12. If a player mistakenly says Ireland or Irish when they meant Scotland, Scottish, they lose 2,000 life points. I want to turn this game into an immersive experience, including slapping you for being silly.
Where's me?
Oh. Keyframe. Place a counter on this card whenever your opponent activates a spell. This card gains 200 attack for every counter. And if you remove a counter and select an opponent's monster, you reduce its attack by 200. So you've actually got a very possibly broken power.
Well, when people talk about me, the usual thing they use to describe me is broken. So, you know what? It fits. Oh, no, but dumb tish for that.
Oh, well. Oh, it's you.
Yeah! I love this card. I like that it looks like the photographer just caught me eating ice cream out of my fridge and was like, "Hey, Key, huh?"
And
I love it.
And we also have Dusty Cat. If this card attacks any monster, destroy that monster. He's just that manly a brony.
He looks at it and it just disintegrates.
If this card is featured in an auction, double all bid totals.
Oh, that's a good effect.
And then you also tonight the creation of the Mayhem concert and Share the Spotlight. And basically it's all just a gimmick to some... I will say it's nice to make up my own broken cards. I can scarcely do worse than the Seal of Orichalcos arc.
Oh, that card. I played the Yu-Gi-Oh game sometimes like the online version.
Uh-huh.
You know, when I'm feeling like reliving the past, that card can go and straight into a shredder. Like it's fun when I have it and I can utilize it. But then when it's used on me, I'm like, maybe this is the problem. Maybe I'm the problem.
All I know is that it was a dragon that started the ban list, and by God, I'm proud of that.
They can't take my pot of greeds.
Oh, come on, but no one knows what pot of greed does.
But they can't take it from me.
And then, you know, I've actually watched some recordings of Master Duel online, and these infinite combos that are now a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 5 minutes of the other player, and you might lose before ever getting a turn.
There's a whole card that you can summon that is basically like, hey, if you don't beat me in 10 turns, you're just dead. Okay, bye. Also, Swords of Revealing Light, you don't get to move for 3 turns. Screw you.
That's right. Oh, champ, to stay, I am in the mountain time zone.
And I am in the Pacific time zone.
So there we go. Sorry, East Coast, but we haven't reached out that far yet.
Ooh, they're starting the live stream for the... No, okay, so in 118 minutes, they're going to start the April Fool's event for Adult Swim.
Oh, nice.
And they are live streaming it on the Adult Swim YouTube channel. Which another W for Adult Swim. When they do like night-long events like this, they just stream their broadcast on YouTube.
As they should. I mean, geez.
And they usually have the VODs for the April Fool's events up for quite a while.
Well, that's good.
It seems like they understand that not everyone has cable.
In fact, I turned off my cable because I felt there wasn't anything worth watching. Nothing I couldn't get online.
Exactly.
Now,
all it says on the thumbnail is, you're in for a treat tonight.
Uh-oh.
That's foreboding.
Very. Well, let's see here.
What if they just do a normal broadcast and it's like, that's your treat. just a nice day.
Todd, you teases. You tease me so. You task me.
It's like when they were like, hey, we're premiering the Aqua Teen movie, and they had it in a tiny little frame in the corner and just played the rest of the broadcast night like usual.
Oh, God.
That was a good one.
Let's see here. Before we close out, because, one, I want to make sure everyone has free time to watch this stream, but I've also kept y'all for almost 2.5 hours now. Pika Demos wants to know if either of us has been to Mount St. Helens.
I have not.
Sadly, I have not either. I can't claim to be an outdoorsy type.
I mean, I would not say, like, no, but it's not on my list of go-to places. Oh yeah, it looks like you made some progress.
Yes, I have made good progress that I can bring all this together for the video tomorrow and check one thing off the list. Also, I can devote the rest of tonight to have some dinner and then resin casting once again. Ma foi.
Yeah. And I am pretty much done with at least most of the sketch lines for Luna's hair. So, like, there's still some stuff I gotta add, but I can start laying down paint and just sketch as I go instead of just waiting. But I made progress on these things, and that fills my heart with joy. So thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you for being on and talking with me. It's been a great delight. And
it's always fun.
And I'll look forward to seeing you at Babs and to see this Luna painting.
Indeed. I'm hoping that when I get it done, I can have it be a silent auction at my table. The other, like, smaller paintings, I'm going to just have, like, a flat price. But Luna deserves to be bid on like the fine lady she is.
That's right. I might slip a bit in myself. But my true Luna fan.
Nice. But till then, everyone, it was fun.
This has been great fun, and I appreciate everyone hanging with us through creative endeavors and the promise of things to come. Unfortunately, I won't get to stream next Friday because we'll be in full convention
the
mode.
fulfillment is getting through the day.
Yes, and managing to get some dinner as we are called to panels and card games without motorcycles.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, I gotta say, if I could do a drive-through, I wouldn't object to car games on motorcycles in that case.
All right, but we're stalling. We should ride off into the sunset. Well, no, the sun is almost completely set where I am. So ride off into the twilight sky.
Oh, that's so poetic.
Thank you. I found it on the back of a Laffy Taffy wrapper.
Marvelous.
Where all great literature resides.
Excellent. Well, everyone, wishing you a wonderful weekend and a good week to come. And just take it easy if you can. We'll look forward to seeing folks at the Babscon. So, bye-bye. Be safe and be well. I'm Silver-Quill. Thanks for watching.